Okay, this is the video for section 12.5, which says Dr. Joins-Agard is checking on her most recent patient who had knee surgery. For the pain, she has prescribed you a mild painkiller. The patient's first dose is 200 milligrams. All right. Every 3 hours after that, the patient will take a 100 milligram dose. From one dose to the next, 70% of the medication is removed from the bloodstream. All right, so part A says write a recursive rule. So that's using a sub n minus 1, remind yourself. It's not explicit. For the amount of medication in the bloodstream after 7 doses. Okay, so you want the amount in the bloodstream. The 70% is the amount removed from the bloodstream. So understand that the amount in the bloodstream would be 30%. So again, that's always a tricky thing to miss. So my recursive rule, I'd have to know how much I initially had, so that's my a sub 1, my first dose, which was 200. And then every dose, all right, so a sub n equals my previous dose, so I'm going to say a sub n minus 1, but 30% of my previous dose will be left in my bloodstream. So I'm going to multiply that times 0.3. And then I'm also going to take another 100 milligram dose on top of that. So again, stop and make sense of this. So it's saying that 30% of my previous dose will be in my bloodstream. So if I started with 200, then 30% of that would remain after after 3 hours apparently. And then I'll be taking or adding another 100 onto that. Then part B says, what is the amount of medication in the bloodstream after the second, third, and fourth dose? So that is just a matter of plugging in. So my first dose is 200. My second dose is going to be 30% of my previous 200 dose plus 100. And of course, you dump that in your calculator and you get 160 milligrams. My third dose is going to be 30% of what was left previous, so that's the 160 from here, plus another 100 mils, and that's 148. And then my fourth dose is 30% of that 148, plus 100, and that's 144.4 milligrams. And of course, as time goes on, I mean, if you keep doing this, it's going to eventually plateau where you only have a certain amount of this drug left in your body, and that's the whole point of drugs like this usually, is so that you kind of reach a point where you have a consistent amount in your bloodstream.